Well, how's it going today, folks? I'm Braap and welcome back to the Braap Shack. Today, in the shop, we have us a pretty kitty with a boo-boo, and the deal of the day is to basically to figure out the extent of the boo-boo. So, let's take a peek. She's a 2015, I do believe. Yeah, 2015 ZR 600R. But because Arctic has got to be fucking special and different, it's a 6000R. Anyway, enough about that. The story is that she was just, ripping around a little bit, and then, she had some hiccups and didn't sound quite right, so they killed it, and we shut her down and threw her on the truck. So hopefully any damages were minimized. But once the owners got it back to their place, they compression tested it and got some unsatisfactory results. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to pop some of the body off. We're going to recompression test it. Just why not, right? And then possibly pop the head off and see what we can see. So, yeah, hang on, I'll get you set up and we'll dive into this fucking pretty kitty right here. So, hold tight. Alrighty, so the owners already had most of this apart already once. Like I said, they compression tested them themselves, so most of the screws aren't back in the body, I think he said, and the plugs are already disconnected. So yeah, he's already got all the exhaust springs off and everything. So look at this. See that right there in the exhaust? See those little chunks? You see now down over there, looks fairly dry, right? And when you look over this way, see how it's like black and shiny at the bottom? You see all those little particles? I can't even remember which side he said had low compression, but my guess would be clutch side. Just simply because of these little chunks down in that side, but we'll see. I can see the piston down in there. So let's do a compression test and we'll see what that tells us. Throttle wide open. Five pulls and we got 25 PSI. That's not good. But like I said, that's the side that it looked like to me. Yeah, that's not good. So just for a shit and giggle, let's check the other side. Almost 120. Oh, 120. So got bad clutch side. Now, I suppose, let's try and get some coolant out of this bitch so that we don't make such a fucking mess. And then we'll pop the top and we'll see what we can see. So next thing, we're going to get as much coolant out of this bitch as we can. So I think I'm going to use a hose. I'm going to get down into the reservoir tube as far down as I can here. With the vacuum, I've cleaned out the vacuum so there's nothing in it. It's going to be just coolant. We're going to vacuum out as much as we can, possibly even lifting sand in the air while we do it. So, let's get you over here out of the way a little bit. And let's see if this works or not. I don't know. Alright, so there we got a good chunk of that fucking coolant out of there. I think we got at least enough that when we pop the head off, we shouldn't have too much of a fucking geyser. So my light's fucking great crapping out. Okay, so we're going to pull off the knock sensor. We're going to pull off this little coolant line here. And then we'll pull ahead and we'll see if we can see anything. And then we're probably going to end up pulling the exhaust manifold and both cylinders off as well. Yeah, probably. But we'll see. You know. We'll see, but that's what I think I'm thinking anyway. The internal communications, that's what they're telling me at the moment. It can change. It can change. My brain sometimes it just, yeah. My brain just changes its brain sometimes. Changes the plan. It doesn't even let me in on the thought, you know. So let's see what's going on here. Let's get a 10 mil, get this out of there. Oh, look at that. Just fell apart. 10 millimeter for the power valves, and it's a fucking American sled, eh? Fuck. Everything's like that nowadays, because everything comes from... Nothing's all made in one place anymore. You know, certain parts of things are made here and there, and by the time you get it all put together, you got metric hardware, fucking SAE hardware, all scrambled together. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. If you care at all about your head when you're taking these apart too, don't just go and like loosen some all the way. You know, loosen them a bit and then start in the center like I just did. And you know, loosen one a half turn and then go to the next one a half turn and work your way out in a circular pattern. And then when you come back to your second time, you know, everything's basically loosened off. You don't got to worry about, you know, distorting your head. First thing right out of the gate, before we even take a look at the piston. Now this could be from a past life, but you see those? Before we even look at the piston, there's an indent. There's some, this cylinder's been beat up. You can see all this pitting all the way around. See all those little craters? This side, nice and smooth. Okay, so let's bring the bad piston to the top and see what we see. There's the good piston. Bit loose in the bore, but I don't know what the specs are on this engine, so it's hard to say. So, there's the piston in question. It's definitely got, I would say that the ring is probably gone. Because, something, you see that? Let's see what the cylinder looks like. Oh yeah, it's got a good gouge right down here on this back side. Can't see it, but I can feel it. And I'm not saying I can't see it because it's so fine that I can't see it. I mean, I can't see it just because of where it is. But yeah, you can feel it right there. Now, one thing we can do to actually look at the ring . If you look on this side, see two nice beautiful rings on there. What's not beautiful is this gunk in here, but you know, exhaust side, it's on its way out anyway. So this side, notice how the bottom ring, holy fuck, yeah, see that? The bottom ring is gone. See, there's inside the cylinder. There's the top ring. You see it? It's like embedded in the piston. And then the bottom ring, there's just a gap there. There's no ring. So let's. I think I want to pop these cylinders off anyway, because I want to check crankshaft. And yeah, then we'll go from there. So I'll put you back in your tripod, and you guys can hang out for another couple minutes here. Let's get these cylinders off, I suppose. We'll put this piston all the way down, and we'll pull that cylinder first. Everything about the crank seems fine. I don't see any issues with that. The mag side cylinder and piston are technically fine. I mean, there's some wear on them, but they hadn't shit the bed yet, right? Rings are still free. I mean, there's some marking, but I mean, you can even still see some cross hatching. You can feel a bit of ring wear at the top, but this one, little bit of a gouge right in here. Right there. Other than that, this head, that's not anything I would say makes it, you know, unrunnable. If you're building, you know, like a high horsepower fucking, like a wicked fucking top of the line, you wouldn't want that. But I mean, it's fine. It's not too bad. This piston though is definitely fucked. Anyway, that's gonna be it for part 1. Disassembly. Pretty kitty got the boo-boo. Not too bad though. Not too bad. At least just the top end, and in my opinion, not even a complete top end. So we'll see what the customer wants to do, and you'll hear about it when you hear about it. So that's gonna be it for this one. Until next time, have a gooder, folks.